In this video, I want to walk you through setting up your Shopify account and choosing your store's name. Surprisingly, this is where a lot of people get stuck because for whatever reason, it's one of the hardest parts of starting a business is actually choosing your store's name. Your name is actually very important because it's going to represent your brand. And one of the great things about e-commerce is you have the ability to build a massive brand. And while you're in this course, we'll be teaching you and you'll be learning how to build a brand, how to scale it, so that if one day, if you want, you can leverage it and you can sell it. So it's important to keep that in mind when you're naming your Shopify store. You want your store's name to be something short, sweet, very catchy with high perceived value. And of course, something that represents whatever you're offering or selling. So keep that in mind when you're naming it, okay? You should be proud of your store's name. And usually, when done correctly, a brand name that has high perceived value can make millions of dollars. What are the benefits of having a high perceived value brand? The benefits are when a customer lands on your store, they can sense it, and they'll happily pay a hefty fee for your products because they perceive the value. So remember that when naming your store, it has to be something generic that gives you the ability to diversify and sell whatever you want on your store. And you won't get locked up into selling something from a specific niche. So my recommendations is you try something generic, but something that tells a story and sounds great. You don't want to call your store myepicstore.com. It just doesn't sound legit. And I personally wouldn't spend a dime on that. Guys, so now that we've discussed the importance of having a brand name for your e-commerce empire, I'm actually going to be guiding you step by step in the process of setting up your first e-com store. Guys, so I want you to jump in on Google or browser of choice, honestly, and type in Shopify. Here's where we're going to be creating our e-com platform, and we're going to be making over 6 figures. On the left, you have Shopify for starters, entrepreneurs, or small, medium business owners. It says start free trial. I believe now it is at 14 days. And then you have Shopify Plus. I honestly would not suggest that you start with Shopify Plus until you start hitting those monthly 6 figures. So we'll go ahead and click start free trial. And once the email address, media. So you type in your email address, it gets started. You'll create a password. And here is where we're talking about branding, guys, and setting up a store that is generic but tells a story, and you'll be able to sell whatever you want on it. You can test different products and see what actually converts. So a lot of people, what they do is they pull out a pen and a paper and they start writing down names. And that's smart, and I highly suggest that you open it right now as you are going through the course with me and start writing down a few names. But I wouldn't waste that much time on it. Here are actually a few free resources that I highly suggest. One of them is called coolnameideas.com. So you press cool name, type in coolnameideas.com, and you go to the free domain name generators. Business name generator. Once you click here, little tabs should pop up. Let's get one more shot. All right, perfect. So it says, enter words that describe your business. Guys, here's where we have to use generic but key, sweet, catchy words. So anything premium, prime, cart, those words are really, really catchy and have a high perceived value. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to hit, let's see, premium, supply. And it says, what type of business are you naming? So we'll go ahead and click Shop E-commerce. You can ignore what benefits will your business bring to your customer. What style of business are you naming? So I highly suggest that you either click, depending on what you're doing, easy, cool, simple, edgy, outside, different. So I'm going to go ahead and do edgy, outside, and different. We're going to hit generate domains. And the cool thing about this free resource is it automatically generates a bunch of random names. Here we go, with the words that you typed in. So we have supply due, premium me. I don't like premium me that much. Premium up is actually pretty cool. Okay, premium is actually pretty nifty. Here's the thing, guys. You can definitely use cool name ideas. It's a phenomenal resource, but you can always use the thesaurus. So we can go ahead and hit premium. And this will give you synonyms that are related to premium. And this way you can spend a few hours crafting different titles for your brand. So once you have, let's say, 5 to 10 names that you actually love, you write them down. And then what you have to do is you type in on your store name in the Shopify tab and see if it's actually available. So I'll hit, for example, I'm going to try these, supply premium. Supply premium. Supply prime. I actually want to do this, prime supply. For example, prime supply is taken, so it's not something I can use, and it's a name I actually really, really like. So I'm going to go ahead, let's see. This is supply over, supply punk. Oh, actually I have a really good one. Let's see. We're going to go and do cart premium. Hey guys, so I absolutely love cart premium. It just sounds nice, it's short, it's sweet. It's something that definitely has high perceived value, and something that if I were to go in there, I'm like, wow, man, this seems like it's really nice. I'm willing to pay a high ticket for it. So once you do have a name and you've established it on the Shopify store, before you hit create your store, I want you to go to GoDaddy, because we're actually going to be using GoDaddy to buy a domain name. And we have to make sure that the name that you use for your Shopify is also available in GoDaddy. The reason why is GoDaddy is just very fast, efficient, and it's super easy to link up to your Shopify store. So that being said, I'm going to go ahead and see if Cart Premium is available. Cart Premium. We're going to be search it. Awesome. Okay, so we have cartpremium.com. It is available at $11.99, which is actually a great price to be able to pay for your domain. What you want to avoid are things like cartbundle.com that people bought previous years and are trying to sell it for a hefty fee. So you definitely don't want to do that. So once you've established the name you want and you see that it's available in GoDaddy and also on your Shopify store, then go ahead and purchase it on your GoDaddy account. Boom, it's officially been added. So now it's been added, I want you to go ahead and create your store. Give it 1 second. You're gonna save it? Sure, we can save that. Success, your store is ready to go. Awesome. So it's going to ask you a few questions. It's going to ask you, are you already selling? So if you've already sold a few products, it honestly doesn't really matter. I would just hit, I'm just playing around. What's your current revenue? I would hit 0. I'm just getting started. And it's going to ask you, let us help kickstart your business. So help me create my logo. I would honestly not click any of these. I would go ahead and click next. So it's going to ask you to type in your information. So I'm going to type in my name. So it's actually really easy, guys. Just go ahead and type in all of that information. Phone number. And then at the bottom is going to be the business or personal website, if you have one. If you don't have one, you can completely ignore it and hit enter my store. So like I said, guys, it's actually super easy to do. And boom, just like that, we have our first Shopify e-com store. Of course, this is just the beginning. We do have to select a plan and a theme, but you're one step closer to success.